Christians claim the Bible teaches the doctrine of the Trinity. They cite passages such as John 10:30, Matthew 28:19, John 16:15, and more. So let's provide a challenge for them. Find us one Trinitarian from the year 40 all the way until 325, which is the Council of Nicea. The Trinity teaches that one. All three persons of the Trinity are one being, but are all different too. They are all co-equal three. They are co-eternal. Your first thought would be probably in the four Gospels and letters of Paul. But there's a slight problem. We don't know who wrote these Gospels and letters, but they do not contain Trinity. There are ambiguous verses such as John 10:30 and John 16:15 or Philippians 2:6. But these do not prove anything. As we have other verses such as John 14:28, Matthew 28:18, 1 Corinthians 11:3, Acts 3:13, and more. So maybe your next thought would be the early church fathers and saints. Let's take a look at their beliefs. For the first church father, we'll use Ignatius of Antioch, who was born in late 1st century and was taught by the disciples supposedly. So this should make him a Trinitarian, yeah? Well, slight problem. He has only about 7 semi-authentic letters while he does call Jesus God. In a sense, he believes he isn't a necessary being and came forth from the will of the Father. God is necessary, by the way, so Jesus cannot be truly God. Look at the letter to the Smyrnaeans, chapter 1. Next up is Irenaeus, who was taught by a student of the disciple John. This guy should 100% be a Trinitarian, right?
Nope.
Once again, slight issue. In his magnum opus against heresies, he calls Jesus multiple times lesser than God the Father. In Against Heresies, book 2, chapter 28, he says the Son does not know the hour and that he is lesser than God the Father. He cites John 14:28 to prove why Jesus is lesser than the Father. And in Against Heresies, book 4, chapter 1, he says there can be only one who is called true God, and that is God the Father. And if this didn't make you believe he thought Jesus was lesser, then this will. Irenaeus' commentary on Mark 10:18 reads, "Why do you call me good? There is none good but my Father in heaven." What about Justin Martyr?
Nope.
Not even close. He believes Jesus is a created lesser being and that he isn't fully God. He believes there is someone other than the Father who is called God and that he is lesser than the Father. Look at Dialogue with Trypho, chapter 56, and in chapter 127, he says that the Father is so perfect he is above reincarnation. So he sends the other God mentioned in chapter 56 to do it for him. Because the Father is so perfect, he cannot come down and have hands and feet and limitations. And if this once again hasn't convinced you, in chapter 15, with Dialogue with Trypho, he says that only the unbegotten God is uncorruptible and that everything after him is corruptible and begotten. Guess who's the unbegotten God? The Father. Guess who isn't? The Son. What about Tertullian, the man who joined the word Trinity? For the 4th time, not even he is a Trinitarian. In his book Against Hermogenes, chapter 3, he says that there was a time when neither sin existed nor the Son. The very man who coined the word Trinity, saying such things is insane. And in Against Praxeas, chapter 6 and 7, B quotes Proverbs chapter 8, where it shows that wisdom, who Tertullian identifies to be Jesus, is created. And in chapter 9, he says the Father is the full substance, and the Son is only a portion of it, and that's why he is lesser than the Father, then proceeding to quote John 14:28. Since we don't want to make the video too long, let's speed run through some of these church fathers. Theophilus of Antioch? Nope. Origen of Alexandria? Nope. Eusebius, who even made it and signed the paper in Nicea? Not even him. So we can't find even one Trinitarian before the Council of Nicea? Modern-day Christians are going against the early Christians. So who is right and who is wrong? This is a huge problem to Christians, and it's sad to see most of them don't even know about this.